The following video has been Fatboy approved. These are the shill-free opinions of Fatboy. Every product reviewed is bought and paid for by Fatboy. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? It is your boy. Welcome into Fatboy Fragrance Reviews, and of course you know who I am. I am Mr. Fatboy, aka baby Eagles fan. Let's just leave it at that today. That's all I gotta say. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for showing the love if you have subscribed to this channel, and if you are new to my channel and you just found me and you're like, what the hell is this? Who is this guy with these sunglasses on? I'm Mr. Fatboy. And after you get done watching my video, if you enjoyed it, hit the like and subscribe. Join this family. We'd love to have you. We are killing it this month on subscribers. And I owe it all to you guys. Thank you so much. All right. If you want to sample these two I'm about to talk about and give you my review on them, my shield-free review, by the way, my opinion. You can at fatboyfragrance.com. The product link is also tagged there for you too. Fatboyfragrance.com, where the customer is always right. All right. So I'm a huge fan of Jean Paul Gaultier's the La Belle whole line, right? You have a bunch of them. We have Beau's EDT. Then you have Parfum, and then you have, of course, the juggernaut, in my opinion. The one I think where they finally perfected the fragrance, and that is Paradise Garden. Very, very well done group of fragrances, super popular. So when they come out with a limited edition that says it's called a flower edition, I was a little worried. When I saw the notes, I was even more worried. But let's talk about the fragrances now, and I'll tell you what my final thoughts are on these two, because I kind of did too. I did a double dip. I'm not going to talk so much about the ladies' fragrance. I'm going to start off with it. I'm just going to give you some little cliff notes about it, some highlights, okay? All right, so we have Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau Flower Edition and the classic tin can, and then you have Le Belle Flower Edition. So these are the ones that come in. So we're going to start off first with Flower Edition. I want to kind of talk La Belle, just a quick show you what it looks like. You can sample both of these at fatboyfragrance.com, like I said. All right, so here you go. Take it on out. If I can get it off. Oh, there we go. And there you go. Sits in a little velvet pouch there, a little velvet stand it has. I have about 30 of these piled up in my room. So there is La Belle. There you go. Beautiful bottle as far as the way it's supposed to look. And it's got a little flower thing on there. That's a flower edition. I bet you this comes off very easy if you drop it and break it. It'll break right off. Okay. Alright, so this one, the notes on this bad boy is apricot, which I absolutely love in a fragrance. It has some floral notes in the middle. And in the dry down in the bottom, it has some vanilla. So magnolia, jasmine, which I love both of those flowers. Jasmine's really grown on me this past year. Apricot is definitely one of my favorite openings on a fruit kind of fragrance. So when I first got both of these, I was like, man, I wish they would have swapped the rhubarb to this one and gave me apricot on the other one. But you know, there's a reason why they did it, and now I kind of understand. Now, I will tell you, these have been very well received by most people in the fragrance community, like Fragrantica. People like these fragrances. I think that when we got these, they were like, okay, if they would have just done the same thing and take Paradise Garden and just thrown flowers on it, it would have been a miss. This is the way they should have went. This is, I wasn't really sure when I first got them, but after wearing them, I'm telling you, I get where they went with this, and I actually think these are going to be a great addition to the La Belle line and Le Beau line. So I'm going to give it a quick little spray, and tell you a quick little something about this fragrance and I move on. Nothing really major. All right, so what I will say about this one is it is a beautiful opening with that apricot. It is a juicy apricot. It is super well done. The floral notes kind of linger at the bottom when you first get going. It definitely has a vanilla sweet vibe at the end. My wife absolutely smelled amazing wearing this. She got stunning performance out of it. So this one right here is better than their original one. I can't find it right now. The Belle, here it is. So you also have Belle Paradise Garden. That's the only two Belles I have. So this one is not as good as this one. Belle's Paradise Garden smells more like a man's fragrance. This smells like a lovely lady's fragrance. Beautifully crafted. This one's kind of a throwaway in my opinion. It's just a designer fragrance. This smells like a beautiful floral fruity fragrance that's done right. Classy. I love it. This is one I definitely will have. My wife says she'll be wearing a lot this year. I asked her what would she like to start taking with her when we go to Australia, and she's like, this is probably the one I take with me. I was like, okay, that's a good one to take with you. So yes, so we definitely have a hit on our hands. So Belle, ladies, if you've been worried about getting, you can still sample at fatboyfragrance.com. That one is worth getting, I believe. Okay, so let's talk about Beau's Flower Edition. Here we go. I'm gonna open it up. There we go. Beautiful bottle too, right? Got that flower on there. They got rid of the little underwear, fig leaf around the guy's privates. No longer there. And this one is a 4.2 ounce. The big bottle, and this one sent me back 170, I think, and this was 160. So these are retail price right now. They'll hopefully get cheaper, but they said they are limited editions. I'm not 100% sure. That's going to be the real deal on these, but we've seen when if they are limited editions, these are going to get pricey very, very soon. So if you do sample as quick as you can, make sure it's something you like, then buy you a bottle if you do like it. All right, this one also has great scores on Fragrantica too. I'm not saying Fragrantica is the end all be all, but that, it's a good kind of barometer of what you can expect out of this fragrance. All right, so the notes on Belle's Flower Edition go like this. Kumquat. I'm sorry, it wasn't rhubarb, it was kumquat. Excuse me, kumquat. Violet leaf and cashmere. And that's it. That's all they say it's on this fragrance. Fragrantica says it's a citrus, ozonic, aquatic, woody, musky, aromatic, powdery kind of fragrance. I'm like, where are the citrus coming from? I guess the kumquat. I don't know. But there are some citrus notes in here. There are some sea notes in here too. All right, so let's put it on the air, put it on the skin. And we'll get to town on this one, all right? They always have great sprayers. See, you know what? This one, I didn't get when I first sprayed it. I just didn't get it. But now I know what this fragrance is. This fragrance is Versace Man Au Fresh with a floral kick. And it took me a while to figure that out. That's what it reminds me of. I was like, I couldn't remember what it reminded me of. It reminded me of Fresh Man from Versace, but with this beautiful floral kind of fruity vibe. And man, because I get a little sea salty vibe from this one. I get this citrus vibe from this one. This is a very complex fragrance. I didn't like it when I first sprayed it because I was kind of caught off guard. Sometimes on these first impressions when I do them live, I've smelled a bunch of other things, or I was in my mind I'm expecting something else. I usually don't look at the notes until I get ready to start wearing it. I don't look at notes when I buy them. I just buy them. So when I saw that kumquat was the main note, I was like, okay. But this is actually a great fragrance, and in the opening, it is like a salty, citrusy, aromatic, floral fragrance with some fruit in there when you first spray it. It's got a lot going on for having 3 notes. I'm sure there's more than that, but that's the notes they're sharing with us. All I gotta say, this one right here is probably one of the biggest blunders I've ever done in the first impression. I got this one wrong. Flower Edition from the Beau is a stunning opening of a fragrance. Now, where I started to realize how the dry down was and how it smelled after that, because I was still put off by the opening when I first sprayed it that night, and then I wore it the next day. It was the following day when I was going to put this shirt back on that I had worn. And I was like, man, this smells really good. You know, it just took a while to catch on. And what I wasn't really picking up on was the fact that this fragrance is, that the floral notes are beautiful in there, but the kumquat and that citrus vibe take over after about an hour and a half. And don't get me wrong, I love the citrus, the violet leaf with this one. It works for me. I like it. So it starts off, you know, kind of citrusy, but very heavy on the florals. And then when it dried down, it turned into this sweet, salty citrus vibe that I just loved. And I mean loved. So that made me want to wear it again, because I was about to give up on it. Wear it one time and call it a day. And I wore it and I smelled it and kept smelling it. You know, as it went through the hours, a couple hours, I was smelling it. It just got better and better and better. So how I would classify this fragrance is, you're going to get a blast of floral notes in the opening. You're going to definitely smell the kumquat. It's there, but it's not really dominating yet. But you're going to have this beautiful kind of upper level of like citrus notes and a salty vibe, and it works. So if you like Man Fresh but super floral with some fruity vibe in there too, you're gonna love this. Because this is a dude's fragrance for sure, 100%. Man, this thing just smells nice, and it's great to have this. I think it's a great addition to this collection. When should you wear this fragrance? I wore it to a formal event, and so I think you can dress this one up, dress it down. When is the best time to wear this fragrance? I'm going to say spring, summer, and some of fall, but definitely not winter. Middle to late spring, all summer, and a little bit of fall. This one right here is definitely a men's fragrance. Don't be confused with this one because of the floral notes. Men can wear floral fragrances too. I mean, this is the house that gave us one of the best floral fragrances ever made, Florida Mall, right? Remember that? If you don't, go look it up. It's an amazing fragrance. So, this one right here shocked me. I'm glad I gave it a second chance, and I'm glad I'm able to give it a positive review. I do love this fragrance, man. I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite ones of the year so far. No doubt. Okay, let's find out if this one gets my full seal approval. I will provide the boxes, and we'll get out of here. All right, so performance, perfect. 6 hours, maybe 7, 5 to 6. You're going to definitely smell in your clothes the next day, like I did on mine. So spray your clothes heavily. You know, give you your normal spray, then spray a couple shots in your clothes. I guarantee it'll last a good while. And you're definitely going to leave a little bubble. People are going to when you hug somebody, you're going to leave some of them on them. I promise you. So a full check on performance. Second box, first impressions. Can I really say it was an amazing first impression? No. I'm going to give it a half a check because now I understand it. Didn't get a full check because the first time I sprayed it, it was like, I was about to throw it back in the box. But it grew on me. And I can appreciate what they're trying to do now, so I'll give it a half a check. I'm not saying it's the most wow first impression that I've smelled, but it definitely is good. So half a check for that, half a seal approval. We're not going to put a box up, but at least gets half of it. Okay, third box. Does the wifey like this? And is it a compliment getter? Compliment factor. I don't think the compliment factor is going to be high on this one. It just depends on the person wearing it, the chemistry of their skin. I think it's going to come down to that because this is a floral, unique floral fragrance. I don't think it's going to really entice people to say, man, that smells amazing, unless you're really into fragrances, okay? Not that it smells bad. I just don't think this kind of setup is designed to give you compliments. The wifey did like it though, So we can give it a half a check, okay? I don't think it's common getter, but the wifey did like it. But we're not going to put a box up for that, though. Last box, can we put that one up? Do I recommend this fragrance, and is it blind bottle worthy? Well, it's not blind bottle worthy, that's for sure. You definitely need to sample this first, because it's the price point, and you got to make sure you like it. I love it. I don't know if you're going to love it, but I do love it, okay? I'll give it about an 80% approval. Which means that I'll say 70%, which means don't blind buy it. Definitely sample it. The only reason it's not for me, it's for you. I think that some people might not like this floral vibe. I think if you give it a chance, you're going to find out like Dior Home Intense, this really works really well. The Iris and the Dior Home Intense helps make that fragrance so much better, the new 2025. And the By the Leaf here really helps make this fragrance better. All right, so it's a great start for Jean Paul Gaultier this year. You know, 70% approval is really good, and that's more based on you guys. Me, if it was just me and I was the only one wearing it, I'd probably just say blind buy, easy. But I gotta take into the fact that this might not be everybody's cup of tea. So 70% approval, not blind bottle worthy. Sample it first. All right, but I love it. I think it's a hit. All right. That's all the time I got. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a beautiful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked what you saw. And if you didn't, I'll try harder next time. And don't forget, you can sample these at fatboyfragrance.com. Y'all have a great day. And if you smell good, baby, and you feel good, baby, then it's going to be all good. Fatboy Fragrance Reviews is out.